Well, I am back from my quilt retreat and I just wanted to show you the projects that I worked on while I was at my quilt retreat. I took some whips and some UFOs with me on this trip to try to move some of my projects forward. And UFOs, I consider projects that I have started like maybe a year or so ago. They're like a year or more out. And my whips are stuff that I've currently started working on and are new projects. And so I'm moving those UFOs into the whip category to try to move all those ones to the done category. So let me show you the projects that I worked on while I was at my quilt retreat and let's see them. Okay, the first project that I want to get done that is very important to me right now is to get the baby quilt that I'm doing for my nephew. And that's what I have in this project bag here. So let me show you how far I've gotten. I pretty much got the top done. I just need to get it quilted and completed, quilted and labeled, because I label all my quilts. And so this is the quilt that I completed at my quilt retreat. I hope you can see that. It's trucks, and so you can probably tell it's a boy. And so what I need to do at this point is have it quilted, and then I put a label on it. I usually put the baby's name on it so they know it's their quilt and everybody else knows it's their quilt. And so this is one project that the top that I finished at, top that I completed at my quilt retreat. The second project that I worked on was, and this one was a UFO that now is a whip. And this one is my Enchanted Diamonds quilt. And this was a small quilt originally. It was a small quilt, and then I wanted to move it up into being a larger quilt. So once I get it quilted and it's completed, then I'll show you again and tell you the dimensions of this one. So yeah, so that one. And I keep all of my projects in these scrapbooking bins. They're I think they're like 12.5 by 12.5 or something like that. And they're perfect. And I just label them right here. And then when I put a new project, I just take this label out and put another label in so I know where I'm at. The next project, again, this was a project that I did with my guild. We were making table runners and I only had made one block. And so I wanted to finish it. And it's a table runner. And this is how far I've gotten on it. And it just needs to be quilted. And this one is called Delectable Mountains, and it was a free pattern online. So you can probably go online and search for Delectable Mountains and find this pattern. It's all over. You can see it. Put it on Pinterest because it's all over Pinterest. So, that one. And then this one is another one, table runner. And I did this in Creative Lounge, had a sewing conference, and I did this. This was one of the projects that they had, and I didn't finish it. I just had the L and the O, and I never did finish the V and the E. And so I am, like I said, moving these projects forward. And this was actually April of 2024. So this was a year out. So it needs to be quilted. So, and this is another project. And this project, I started this one this was a QuiltCon project. And I said this one before, 2023. And this one it was called Disco Diamond. It was the name of the class, but it's making these diamonds. And so at the time I had made 8 diamonds in the class. And so I didn't know as far as how I wanted to lay it out. So I made 8 more diamonds while I was at the quilt retreat, and I cut out 8 more diamonds. No, because this is 16. I cut out 16 more diamonds, and so I figured out my layout on how I want to do that. So now I just need to sew the other diamonds up. So I have them cut out, the pieces cut. I just need to sew them together to make the other 16 diamonds, and then I can set up my layout. So this is moving forward. Then these two projects, nope, it's just one more project. And this project that I worked on is actually a whip. It's something that I started this year, something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, is to do a salvage project, a project with the salvages. And so I've been collecting salvages. Let me put this here. I'm actually gonna make this jacket here out of the salvages. And so I've been saving salvages. And if you don't know what salvages are, they're the pieces of writing that's on the bottom. Here, I've been saving them. It's the pieces of writing that's on the bottom of the fabric. And so I've been saving all of these. You might think it's crazy, but instead of throwing it away and putting it in the landfill, I'm going to make a project out of it. So while I was there, I actually made some blocks before, and so now I am up to 13 blocks because I'm making the blocks, and then I'm going to sew the blocks together and put it into making this jacket here. I want to make this jacket, and I want to wear it next year at QuiltCon. So these are the salvages that I made there, or some of the ones, because I think I had made like 6. I had made 6 already, and so now I'm up to 13 blocks. But these are the salvage blocks that I've made so far. And I like how it's coming out. I'm excited to put it together to make my jacket. So what I'm going to be doing is sewing all of these together to make yardage. And this is the backing of it. I'm not going to put any batting or anything in it because I want it to be lightweight. I don't want to be heavy. So this will be the outside, this will be the inside, and I'm going to just sew these pieces together, lay it out like yardage, put the pattern pieces on top, and cut it out, and that will be my jacket. But those are the projects that I worked on while I was at my quilt retreat. I took all this stuff, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get as much done, but I was able to I just stuck to the grindstone and got as much as I could done, and I feel real good on the progress that I made. And so at this point, just keep watching and see the progress as these projects go from being UFOs to whips, from whips to completed projects. Bye-bye. Oh, and if you like what you see, please hit the like button, subscribe, and come on with this journey with me to get all of these whips and UFOs completed. Bye-bye.